You're listening to the World's Team Podcast. It's not just America's team, Cowboys Nation. It's the world's team. Now, here are your hosts, Paul Stewart and Mike Poland.
How about them Cowboys?
What is up, Cowboys Nation? Welcome back to another episode of the World's Team Podcast, brought to you by the Bleed Network, powered by FanDuel Sportsbook, and sponsored by Cowboys Experience. For the ultimate meet and greet, stadium tours, tailgating, be sure to go to www.cowboysexperience.com and use the discount code WorldsTeam2025. I'm your host, Paul Stewart, and joined as with me, as always, is number one, Mr. Mike Poland. How are we doing, bro?
Yeah, good. We're just like plodding on with it all over here. You know what it's like. It's cold. It's raining. Absolutely hammered down with rain earlier today.
Well, it's still quite. It's still clear skies back here in Texas right now. But yeah, it's getting a little bit chilly now. But hey, we've got a big game ahead of us tomorrow.
Yes, yeah, Thursday night football. Lucky for you, you get to watch it at a reasonable hour. I'm kind of getting over the jet lag, and then it's a 1 a.m. kickoff.
Yeah, not ideal, is it? So yeah.
Great.
But yes, folks, we are going to be playing the Detroit Lions in Detroit. But just to give you a little bit of backstory and history between the Dallas Cowboys and the Detroit Lions, the Dallas Cowboys and the Detroit Lions have a storied rivalry, with the Cowboys leading the all-time series from 19 games to 13, including three playoff matchups. The Cowboys and the Lions have faced each other over 32 times, including, as I mentioned, the 3 postseason games. In terms of points scored, the Cowboys are leading by 799 points to the Lions' 339 points.
Yeah, an interesting fact is the Lions have lost 3 of their last 5 games. The 2 wins that they have had have come from the Commanders and the Giants, which combine for a total of 5 wins this season between them.
Yeah, it's so weird, because the Lions currently right now, they're 7-5 right now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just looking at their record right now. So they lost to the Packers, they've lost to the Chiefs, as you mentioned, they lost to the Eagles, and also they've lost to the Packers again, and lost to the Vikings this year. But they've had wins against the Bears, the Ravens, the Browns, the Bengals, Buccaneers, Commanders, and the Giants. So, but going into this game, Mike, it still seems like the betting odds are still heavily favored against the Cowboys at this moment, despite what we did last week against the Eagles and the Chiefs. Because currently, right now, according to ESPN Analytics, they have the Detroit Lions winning by favorably 62% going into this game.
Yeah, and to be honest with you, Paul, I don't mind the Cowboys being underdogs.
Well, what have you been keep saying for the past several weeks?
Yeah, when they're underdogs, they come out fighting, and I don't mind that. Favorites, they get into a mode of complacency, and you see it all the time. If you go off like the odds that they're giving them, I wonder if they've taken injuries into account, because that's a big one for the Lions. The Cowboys are facing them at the right time. Offensive line beaten up. Parts of the secondary may not be playing. Miss it. They could very well be missing the number 1 wide receiver. That all plays into the Cowboys' hands.
Yeah, and while you just mentioned about the injuries there, let's break down the latest injury report. So, coming from the Detroit Lions, so as of right now, Kirby Joseph is out, Khalif Raymond is out, Brock Wright is out with a neck injury, and Shane Silistra, I think that's how you pronounce his name, with a knee injury, he is out. But the questionables is the big one, Mike. Mm-hmm. We've got Coyote Alosuka, I believe that's how you pronounce it. He's questionable. Brian Branch, questionable. Offensive lineman Taylor Decker, questionable. Graham Glasgow, questionable. Penny Sewell, questionable. And like you mentioned, the number one wide receiver, Amon-Ra St. Brown, he's questionable. And Sion Vaki is questionable with a thumb injury. But in terms of the Dallas Cowboys side, it's looking not too bad, all things considering, because the only two players that are definitely out for this game is cornerback Trevon Diggs and tackle Tyler Guyton. But on the questionable side of things, again, it's not as bad as we thought it was going to be. It's only Jadarion Clowney. Yep, he's questionable, and Malik Hooker is questionable.
Yeah.
So in terms of like DeLone Brand, Kalen Carson, Dante Fuller, James Houston, Osa DeGazur, George Pickens, Cavante Turpin, Donovan Wilson had full participation, are good to go for this game on Thursday Night Football.
And Andrew Thomas, I mean, look, he's done his job. He did it. He had to step in last week. What you're asking for from a swing tackle
Did you say
is
Andrew Thomas?
Andrew Thomas, Nathan Thomas. Yeah, sorry. different lineman. Yeah, Nate Thomas.
Comments, please pound Mike for that one, please.
Yeah, Nate Thomas. You're asking from your swing tackle, just don't get us killed. That's exactly what he's done. So he's going to step in again. The offensive, the Lions' defensive line obviously has Aiden Hutchinson. You've got to keep him at bay.
Yeah.
But generally, I believe the pass rush win rate as a team, they rank 28th.
Yeah, not as effective as they have been the past couple of years.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, Hutchinson had that gruesome injury, I would believe it was last season, or was it the year before, against us, I believe.
Yeah.
Where he broke his leg, and obviously, like, it was horrible to see that happening, but he's still their star player. But in terms of the rest of their defense, they haven't really been like being on fire as people would expect them to be.
Yeah. Even their run stop win rate is below average. I think they rank about 19th. So generally that defensive line is up for grabs. Reverse it, the other way around. The Cowboys offensive line is in the top 10 when it comes to pass blocking win rate, and even higher again. I think they're in the top 6. I believe they're 7th or 8th. In run blocking, which makes sense when you look at the type of guys that we've got. So when you look at it in that order, it's a case really of stop Aiden Hutchinson, really key in on that. And the rest should sort itself out because there's enough there to be able to keep the rest at bay. I know Aliam McNeil can be a bit of a pain to have to deal with, but when you look at the likes of BB, the two Tylers on the inside, you think those guys should be able to handle what's coming in. Really, what it boils down to is how effective the tackles can be at keeping Aiden Hutchinson at bay. That's really what it comes down to.
Absolutely. I mean going into like pretty much the final game of this gauntlet, so to speak, like Eagles, Chiefs, and Lions, the ones where this is like the final test, essentially, to see where we are as a team, really.
Mm-hmm.
I have the utmost confidence we're going to win this game, right? And I'll tell you why. When you go back to like that Eagles game, like we've already kind of mentioned, it's how we came about and like refocused and actually get back onto the football field. Our defense stepped up. We did that against Kansas as well. We even saw some special plays from the offense to recover the ball from Turpin in the Kansas game, which we mentioned in the last episode there.
Yeah.
Like, we're seeing this continuity within this football team right now. And we're seeing a lot of like the pundits who are massively anti-Cowboy right now are saying the best team in football right now, how they're playing right now, is the Dallas Cowboys. So, and I'll be honest with you, when it comes to the Detroit Lions, they have been very disappointing this year.
Yeah, I mean, when you look at the record, even when you name the teams they've beaten, you kind of go, like you go Bengals, you go Browns, you go Giants, you go Commanders, you start going through the list of the teams that they've beaten. You kind of go, "Phew." And then you look at the teams they've lost to. You go, okay, this
It's
isn't
kind of
matching it up. Yeah, nothing's matching up. Like when everybody touted them as a team that was like, this is
yeah.
the Lions are
They were
probably
the
going to go to the Super
favorites
Bowl.
going into the start of the season for
Mm.
the NFC conference. They were the favorites. Not anymore. Not anymore.
No, the run blocking. I mean, the run blocking is pretty good by the Lions team. And Jared Goff, if you let him get into a rhythm, you allow play action to set in, you've got it. And the way that they do that is as I mentioned, the run blocking. I mean, Penei Sewell is a cheat code on that offensive line.
He's unbelievable. Like
Yeah, he's
we
amazing.
talked about Penny Sewell for a long time. Well
Yeah,
before he became a Detroit Lion, he was one of the guys that we would love to have had in this Dallas Cowboys offensive line. I mean, he's performing at a high level. He's been to the Pro Bowl for the Lions. I believe, he's like an All Pro as well now. I
yeah,
believe,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
and he's elite. Penny Sewell is elite. But the fact
yeah.
that he might be questionable in this game or might be struggling a little bit in this game, this is a perfect opportunity to use the speed for likes of Donovan Izaraku, Dante
Yes, there
Fowler,
you go.
and even likes of the guys from the interior, like who are positioned as a free tech to move into the B gap.
Yeah. That's where the battle is won. Um, Decker and Sewell, obviously, because Sewell isn't a bad tackle either, but those pair combined make a very good, they're good bookends on the outside together. They miss either one, they're up for grabs. But for the Cowboys defense, this game is all on the interior. You get at them through the guard because what you've got to do in order to stop Goff getting into a rhythm, you've got to slow down Jamar Gibbs. Jamar Gibbs at the moment over 1,000 rush yards, 10 rushing touchdowns. They utilize him in the passing game as well. Not forgetting they've got Montgomery as the number two. He's on 6 rushing touchdowns and over 500 rush yards this season. So you've got to slow them down, which means the interior, everything comes through, as you mentioned, the A and the B gaps. You slot you slot them in. You slow down what they're trying to do on the inside. And suddenly, the thing that helps the Lions in order to get these wins, and Goff gets these high passing yards purely based off the fact that they can establish the run so
Yeah,
painfully easily. So
it's
it's through the
yeah.
guards that you slow them down.
Yeah, and that's the one thing you got to admire about Dan Campbell. Like he does try his best to really balance this offense, and that's why you see some high numbers from Jared Goff, who hasn't
Mhm.
really he's not really known to have high numbers as a quarterback in general, but because now he's got that balance of the running backs, it's now making defenses think, oh, they're going to run a ball, but it's the play action, and that's where the passing game really takes into
Yeah,
full effect, and
yeah,
we are seeing that out there. So I totally agree with you. We need to really like nullify the run game. And thankfully for the Cowboys, we've got Quentin Williams, we've got Kenny Clark, we've got Osa Digizua in that interior. They're really going to cause that disruption in the A gaps and B gaps. And
yeah,
not to mention, like if Clowney, if he's playing, he'll be good for the weak side of that edge to cover the in terms and to cover in terms of like if Jared Goff was to try
yeah.
and bootleg out, for example, on the weak side.
Yes, yeah, and you know, as you mentioned, it's the play action. So like for Goff, he has to get the run established in order for him to be able to win games. You can't if they can't establish the run and you let pressure get to him. That's the best way is to get pressure to Goff, which the Cowboys can do. I know the sack totals are a bit squiff, but the pressure rate's there. And you mentioned in the injuries that the Giants have, they're also dealing with Graham
Giants?
Glasgow as Giants, Lions. Sorry, I'm all over the place. Lions.
What is it with you with the Giants today?
Don't know. Um, Glasgow is questionable as well. So now you're going to have a backup center. Bearing in mind, Mahogany, Christy Mahogany, he's on IR. So they've got a backup guard that they're going to have a backup to have to go in because he may not be playing. You've got a backup center that may be out, but here's something that is even more important. Sam Laporta's on injured reserve. So they've got a backup
That's
tight end.
big for Cowboys. That's big.
Very big. So you've got a backup tight end who may not play. So you're looking at third string guys at multiple positions. They're going to have to come in. With Sam Laporta out, tight ends are always been a tricky place for the Cowboys, as well as mobile quarterbacks. Mobile quarterbacks, I mean, I said about Sewell being a cheat code. Mobile quarterbacks are a cheat code as well at the moment. Goff is not renowned for being that type of elusive quarterback that will run out to the outside. I mean, he will manipulate pockets and move out and scramble if he has to, but he's not really that type of. He's not like a Hurts,
Yeah.
or a Russell Wilson in that regard.
Yeah, Goff is that type of quarterback. He'll run if he really needs to. He much prefers to stay in the pocket. That's what Goff's like. But if the pressure's too much, he will leg it. He will do it.
Yeah,
But
of course.
It's not the fastest of doing it, but he can do it.
Yeah. And then I mean the thing is then you go through, right, what else is there? As you say, so there's Jamar Gibbs still. Gonna have to slow him down. But if St. Brown doesn't play, I mean, you're talking Jameson Williams, Isaac Tesla, that's gonna have to take snaps. I mean, like, it gets tough for the wide receiver core.
This is what I don't understand. Like, as what I kind of mentioned earlier, they're 62% favorites to win this game. There's no Sam Laporta. St. Brown's questionable. The offensive line are highly questionable.
Secondary.
I do question in terms of how the hell the Detroit Lions are 62% favorites to win this game right now.
Yeah.
And even with the betting odds as well. And
Yeah,
speaking about the betting odds, this is the
go on.
perfect time for our segment with the FanJoe Sportsbook odds. So, as of right now, the Dallas Cowboys are +3 right now, and the Detroit Lions are minus 3 in terms of the spread. So the Cowboys are -115 if you're going to go for the Cowboys, and +3. And if you're going with the Detroit Lions, it's -105 if you're going for the -3 on the spread. In terms of the money line, the Cowboys are +130 and the Lions are -154. And finally, on the over and under, it is set at 54.5, both set at -110. So even from the sportsbooks, they are not seeing it as a massive overhaul from the Lions to win this game, but they do have them as slight favorites in terms of the booking, in terms of the betting odds.
I think the only reason why I can think that the odds are stacked towards the Lions is because it's a home game.
That's exactly what I was thinking, mate. It's a home game. Yeah.
Because they have a home game, they're just like, okay.
And not just that, and correct me if I'm wrong, they had a shorter week as well.
Yeah, well, they played on Thanksgiving.
In a way, that should be more. They played Thursday as well. They played right after us. I keep forgetting. My apologies. That's the FanJoe Sportsbook odds. Be sure to go and check that out if you're using the sports betting app for the first time. Be sure that you go to the Believe Network, and where you can actually get some bonuses that way as well. But going into this game, Mike, what is the keys to victory for this game?
All right, on offense, it's establish the run. It's a mirror on both sides, so it's establish the run. Get the run game established, which kind of takes Aiden Hutchinson out. Once you get the run game established, quick passes, quick outs, let's get that ball out quickly. Take your deep shots when they're there, once the defense backs off a bit. On the defensive side, it's take away Jamar Gibbs. Once you take that away and you slow him and you stop him down, both in the run and the passing game, the lines are left stumbling around in the dark, trying to figure out how they're going to get around this. Beyond that, it's just get pressure on Goff. Once you get in his face, he's like origami. He folds under pressure. So you just get in there, you get in his face, you wave your arms around, and the guy will sail balls, he'll panic, and he'll misplace passes.
Yeah, I think one of the keys to victory as well is just to, like you just kind of mentioned, is putting the pressure on Jared Goff, especially from the defensive side of the ball. If we can repeat what we did to Patrick Mahomes for those pressures,
There you go.
I think, and here's the thing, like, there's no Sam Laporta. The difference is, even though we were applying the pressure to Patrick Mahomes in that game, he did score a touchdown while under pressure to Travis Kelce, but he has no Sam Laporta. Jared Goff does not have him at all. So it's going to be a lot more difficult, a little bit, well, possibly a bit more miscommunication with whoever's going to play at the tight end position. And we don't even know if St. Brown is going to play also. So I think you're absolutely right. We need to put the pressure on Jared Goff from the get-go, make those instant pressures, get in his face, and actually disrupt that pocket and disrupt the run game.
And there's a perfect player in this game to completely take Jamar Gibbs out, and that is the brand new linebacker that we got in the trade. That you get him just chasing him around the field, whether it's in coverage or
What
on the
one?
ground.
What one? Are we talking about the one that come back from injury or the one we just traded for?
The trade, yeah.
Right.
You can use Logan perfectly to just be a mismatch on Jamar Gibbs, and we've got the inside with Kenny Clark and Quinnen Williams enough to be able to stall the inside runs. That's
Yeah.
that's it's literally it's an anti-Detroit defense that you can play with right now.
Yeah. But again, if you were to ask me 4 weeks ago, before the trade happened, I would say we would have easily lost all three of those games going into now. Like, even, and I would probably would say I think the Lions would actually win this game more very comfortably. But now how we've been performing the past couple of games, I'm very confident going into this game, Mike. I really am.
And he is the best bet. Here's a beautiful clip for you going forward. The Cowboys can win this game against the Lions. Right? They're on a winning streak. They've just done back-to-back Super Bowl winners and taken them out. The Eagles are on a slide, 2-game losing streak. They face the Chargers this week at SoFi. So they're on the road. The Eagles lose and the Cowboys win. The NFC East is suddenly back into contention with one game or one and half a game, if you like, because we've got that stupid tie. We're now that far behind. Now, all of a sudden, that gap has closed, and the Eagles will feel that pressure. The NFC East is suddenly a battle.
It feels like it's almost going to be a repeat of 2023.
Mm,
2 seasons ago.
that's right. And here's
But
what's
but the thing is, though, Mike, we don't want to wish for that. We just have to play every game and just hope for the best. That's all we can hope for.
control your own destiny.
Yeah, exactly. We can't rely on other teams. But in saying that, though, Mike, there is other factors for us to make the playoffs. The NFC West teams, they still have to play each other, like San
Yes.
Francisco and
Yeah.
etc. etc. They
Yeah,
still
yeah.
have games to play, and all those teams are quite like have good records right now, like 8-4, etc. So there is going to be losses from those sides of those teams at some point, and it's going to help us to elevate up as well.
Oh, yeah.
But we just need to make sure that the Dallas Cowboys win every game from now. We
Yeah.
cannot afford to lose any more games if we want to have any chance of making the playoffs.
3-game losing streak, 3-game winning streak for the Cowboys. Can make that 4. The Eagles at this stage, if they lose to the Chargers, that's a 3-game losing streak. The tilt, that seesaw is suddenly going the wrong way for the Eagles. Like you say, you've seen this before. This is the very point now. This game is all the pressure is on the Eagles. It's all on them, and they're going to be sitting there. Because bear in mind, we play Thursday night. They, I believe, are on Monday Night Football, so they get to see the Cowboys' result and have to stew on that all weekend.
Yeah, a lot of mental
It's all
warfare
it's
here
all in the
Mike,
mind.
at the moment. Right. Okay, Mike, it's time for your little segment. It's time for Mike's Would You Rather.
Yeah. Okay. Here it is. Would you rather the Cowboys on the road defeat the Lions handedly by the offense? Or would you prefer the score to be close, but the defense kept the Lions at bay?
I honestly do not care. As long as we win, Mike. As long as we win. If we can keep the defensive score down against us,
Okay.
great. But obviously, I really want the more high-powered offense to keep the
Keep rolling. Keep
keep
rolling.
rolling. So I'm going to go with the offensive side on this one with the win.
Okay. All right then. I did have one other, but I've forgotten what it was. I had a really fun one. Oh, right. Okay. Would you rather that Dak throws an interception in this game, but the defense also comes back with an interception of its own, or Dak stays clean and we get no interceptions on defense?
I honestly don't care.
You got to pick one. Come on, this doesn't make good radio.
For Dak's MVP status,
Okay, I see where you're going.
I would say no interceptions. Just selfishly going for that. I'm going for no interceptions because I want Dak to be that front. I want him to get the credit he deserves. Like, he is playing outstanding right now.
Oh,
He
he's
is
like that.
playing his best football right now.
Yeah.
And I don't want to see any more interceptions. Like, I mean, unlike if the interception was not his fault, fine, I totally get that. But ideally, don't want to see any interceptions. I want to see this offense all steam, all guns blazing, pretty much. So yeah, I'll just go with that, Mike.
All right then. So what's your score prediction then?
Okay, so my score prediction for this game for the Dallas Cowboys versus the Detroit Lions. I have the Dallas Cowboys winning 37 to 31.
Ooh, so we're not that far off.
2 field goals are difference.
Yeah. I've got the
And,
Cowboys
and,
winning.
and, and it goes back to our good friend, Mr. Brandon Aubrey.
Yeah.
Hey, that man.
Hey, that man. No, yeah, we're not that far off. I've got the Cowboys winning 34-24.
34 to 24. All right, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Mike, hit me with your bold prediction for this game.
All right, my bold prediction for this game is let's go with, I've got to decide which one. I'm picking a running back here. All right, let's go with Williams because Davis did have a good game, but Williams scores 3 rushing touchdowns, a hat trick.
Oh, wow, okay. Well, you're going to like this one. I'm also going to mention the word Williams.
Oh,
It's going to be Sam Williams
yeah,
in this
boy.
game. So I've got Sam Williams going into this game with the momentum he's been getting right now, making some really big plays and causing a lot of disruption in that defensive line, really putting the pressure on the offensive lines right now. I've got Sam Williams getting a strip sack, fumble, recovery, and 2 sacks.
Nice. Yeah, I mean he's on the incline. He's had some really he's had back-to-back good games.
Yeah, so that's my bold prediction for this one. But yes, folks, let us know in the comments. What do you think? Do you think the Dallas Cowboys are going to get three big massive wins against against the Lions, so that trifecta of the gauntlet of this schedule, we can actually say we defeated it? Let us know in the comments. Send us your score prediction. Send us your bold prediction. We would love to hear it.
And I also want people's score predictions for the Eagles versus Chargers game.
Oh, right. Do you think we should do that, actually?
Why not?
Why not? All right. I've got the Chargers winning 27 to 14.
I like it. Eagles kind of in disarray right now. You heard about fractures in the locker room. So the Eagles lose 28 to 10.
Oh, right. Okay. All right. Well, there we have it, folks. that is the end of this episode. Be sure to follow us on the World's Team on all of our social platforms. The link is in the description. Be sure to go and follow the Believe Network. Follow all the amazing other podcasts available on the Believe Network. And be sure to download the FanDuel Sports app. And be sure to go and check out our sponsor, Cowboys Experience, for all the game tickets, stadium tours, all the above. CowboysExperience.com. Use the discount code. World's Team 2025.
There you go. I was going to help you.
Almost mixed up my discount codes there.
Yeah.
But yes, folks. But before we do go, Mike, as always, please tell everyone where everyone can find you.
Yeah, you can find me on X or Twitter at Kenfig Cowboy. That's Kenfig with a K, Cowboy with a K. And you, Mr. P.
You can find me at IamPeace2 on X and Instagram. All right, folks. Thursday night football. Then we should be back to our normal schedule, playing on Sundays. But we've got one. We'll be doing our post game show on Friday, right after the game, and and I'll still be here in Dallas till Saturday. And by the time the next post game show, pre-game show, I'll be back in the UK. Sadly, back in the same time schedule as Mike now, but as always here, folks, it's not just America's team. It is the world's team. We'll see you guys next time.
That's a wrap on the World's Team Podcast. Smash that like button and hit subscribe, Cowboys Nation. This ain't just America's team, it's your team. Touchdown! It's the World's Team, only on Believe, where real fans live.
How about them Cowboys?